Right, morning. I've had a few messages with regards to how to put the tent back together. You know, when you first get your tent and it's all nicely packed up in the sack, and you go out camping, and some people struggle to get it back in its original sack. I try to do it, you know, through a comment, through text, but I think the best way really is to show you how I would do it. Principally, obviously it depends on the size of your tent, but I think that the key principles to it are the same whether or not it's a one-man tent or like this is the Van Gogh Amiga 450 XL. It was the one that I took my kids glamping in. So the weather's been lovely. She's been outside. She's been dried out, aired out. So she's nice and dry. She's ready to go back in her sack. So all I've done is just spread her out upside down. And this is where the principle comes in. You take your centre line, okay? And then from that, that'll dictate the width of your stuff sack or the bag that it needs to go into. So if I take this bag, give or take, that's the width that I've got to play with. That's the width that the package has to be. So if I just put that down there, I can see. And as I fold her in, you'll get my drift. You'll understand where I'm coming from. So, centre line. I'm going to take my first side and just fold her in. Come down this side. Do the same. A little bit of a flick and a bit of a fold. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, other side. Give a bit of a flick and in. Flick. And we're in. So, she's been halved. Okay, I'm going to flick my lines in now, if I can. Go on the other side. So I've got my central line here. I'm going to do it again. Flick her in. Flick her in. Should be able to get my lines in proper now. Chuck the lines to the centre. You don't want your lines hanging out really. Flip the other side in. Right. So I'm now going to look at the width of my stuff sack. So down here, we're okay. Up here, we've still got a little bit more to go. So what I'm going to do is fold her in a bit more in the centre. A bit more up here. So you understand the principle now, and it doesn't matter how big or how small your tent is. If you do it this way, you're always going to get it back into the sack. So start this end. There we go. Just an initial flick there. Now I'm going to start rolling and compressing as I go. So just trying to puff the initial bit of air out. And once you get her rolling, there we go. Now normally you wouldn't really be doing this on stones. I'm picking up a bit of dust, but I just wanted a nice big area to show you how it works. Right. So there we have our pack. Moment of truth. Will she go back in the sack? Oh yeah. Right. Plenty of room, plenty of space for my poles and my pegs. Now, poles, they're all nicely dried out. There's no issue with these. There's no dirt on them. They're not going to rust. And stick them straight back in here. Now, the pegs on the other hand, they can get a bit dirty. So what I tend to do is, you can soak them in a bit of water. Just, the dirt's actually, because it's dried out at the same time, I didn't wipe them down. So all I've done is just put a little bit of kerosene on there, a bit of oil. Not for any reasons other than I don't want to get them wet. I don't want to put them back in the bag, you know, with moisture, with water on them. A little bit of oil, it won't do them any harm at all. So just cleaning these off, stick them back in the bag. Obviously checking if there's, I think I've got a couple of bent ones here. Yeah, I think I might have hit a rock when I was putting that one in. Let me straighten out, okay. So there you go, guys. If you apply that, like I said, to any size 10, you're going to get it back in its packet without too much trouble or too much hassle. You don't need to see me clean any more of these, do you? So that's it. You can enjoy the beautiful sunshine, and I'll catch you guys later on. So I'll finish this off. Any questions, don't hesitate to give me a shout. God bless. Bye.